first muscle truck. So back before Dodge was putting Hellcat motors into TRXs, they were putting Viper V10s in Dodge Rams. This is a 2004 Dodge Ram SRT10. The first year the Viper truck was made. They did make them in 2005 and 2006, and absolutely awesome. I mean, they're so cool. You got the 6-speed manual transmission, same kind of shifter as is in the Vipers. You got the 22-inch aluminum wheels, just like the wheels that are on the Vipers, obviously a little bit bigger. 500 horsepower. This truck, we don't do a lot with trucks, so I'm saying cars, has 815 miles, absolutely mint. And it's just so cool to think of the early 2000s and what Dodge was doing then, and now what's going on, not only with Dodge, but you have the ZR2 Bison, you have, like, excuse me, I said the TRX and the Ford Raptors. Everybody in the automotive industry kind of taking a page out of Dodge's playbook back in the early 2000s by putting that Dodge Viper sports car motor into a truck. So we're super excited to showcase this truck to you guys, walk you all around the spec, give you some insight on what we know about the SRT10 Dodge Ram trucks. So the Dodge Ram SRT10 is a sport pickup truck that was produced by American automaker Dodge in limited numbers. Unlike previous Ram trucks, the SRT10 was built solely for the purpose of speed. And you see that right here on the hood, Viper powered, putting 500 horsepower into a truck in the early 2000s was really kind of unheard of at that particular point in time and point in history. So the 2004 Dodge Ram SRT10 is a high performance pickup truck with the biggest engine ever installed in a production passenger pickup truck in the United States at that time. The SRT10 features muscular looks, stylish body structure, and one of the largest engines, tires, wheels, and brakes. And you even see the aesthetics here right from the front with the grille, with the hood scoop, real big muscular look on the front. And really, this truck would be an awesome ride to your local car show, your local Cars and Coffee. Very rarely do you even see these on the road at all. 10,000 and change that were totally produced for 05, 04, 05, 06. And they were driven. I mean, a lot of these, just like the Vipers of that time, were trucks that were, you know, put to use. Guys drove them, they enjoyed them, and rightfully so, because there is a lot to enjoy out of a 500 horsepower, 6-speed muscle truck. So you have that all aluminum 8.3 liter V10. The engine features an increased size in the bore and stroke, and it also consists of cylinder heads with combustion chamber cooling and exhaust port. The engine contains a heavy-duty cooling system for the cooling of the engine at all times. Like we said, the power is 500 horsepower at 5,600 RPMs and 520 pounds-foot of torque at 4,200 RPMs, and it reaches a speed of 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds at the top speed of about 153 miles per hour. Features the T56 6-speed manual transmission, and the gear shifts can be performed easily at high speeds. That was the first thing I noticed when getting into the Dodge SRT10 truck, is that shifter. Has a nice 6-speed, that nice Hurst shifter. I have to say, it does shift like butter. It is super smooth. The interior in here, super comfortable. I mean, the big bolsters here with the SRT10 logos, really comfortable, fun to drive. We took it for a little ride yesterday, just around town to kind of get a feel for it. A lot of room in here, and it's kind of neat. You know, you don't get in cars lately that have some of this older technology, so to get in it and see it again with the analog dash, it was super fun. The SRT10 features independent suspension and tuned suspension, which makes the truck to drop an inch on the front and 2 inches in the back. As a result, the truck moves smoothly even at high speeds. We have those 22-inch all aluminum wheels, the largest wheels in Dodge. These wheels are wrapped with high-performance Pirelli tires with shock absorbers, piston calipers, and anti-braking system that ensures a better braking even at high speeds. The exterior features the mirrors, muscular looks of the body, the SRT10 badging, and door handles. And as we just showed, the interior features the instrument panels, airbag, that push to start button that is found even in the Vipers, leather seats, and steering wheel. So the Dodge Ram SRT was created by the Performance Vehicle Operations Division using Dodge Viper and the Plymouth Prowler engineers. Extensive wind tunnel testing was used in the styling of the exterior for the Ram SRT10. This was actually, believe it or not, the second time that Dodge has put a Viper engine into a Ram truck. At the '96 Chicago Auto Show, Dodge introduced a concept of the Dodge Ram with the Gen 2 engine, but it was only into pre-production. Never put into production. With the interior, the stock stereo system of the Dodge Ram SRT10 consisted of 8 Infinity brand speakers, and it also came with the leather trim steering wheel and with heavily bolstered racing derived suede trim charcoal leather seats. Taking a cue from the Dodge Viper, the SRT10 came with the red start button on the dash, and the manual transmission featured that Hurst shifter lever, which sprouted from a silver metal shift bezel and was fitted with the Viper shift knob. Aluminum performance inspired pedals replaced the stock setup. And that was another thing I noticed when getting into the truck. Those nice pedals on the bottom, very reminiscent of the pedals that are in the Vipers. The gauge cluster featured satin silver faced gauges and the Viper font and graphics. Speedometer and tachometer were recalibrated to match the Ram SRT10's increased performance. Finished obviously in the red, just a great looking truck, matches the nice red calipers. Those wheels are huge, those 22-inch wheels with the Scorpion tires with those Pirellis. The brakes for the 2004 model were modified from the Ram heavy duty truck for use in the Ram SRT10. So just a cool piece. I mean, something you really don't see much, especially examples like this. All the documentation, original window sticker, both keys, manuals, obviously under 1,000 miles. We've seen where some of these obviously Vipers are going and headed. So only right to kind of see where these trucks are going. There's such an increase in the truck market overall, from the Tahoes, the K5 Blazers, to the Broncos. So to see an example like this, I could definitely see these trucks, especially one like this example, hitting 6 figures in time, especially at the rate that the Dodge Vipers are going. You put that Viper motor into this truck with the 6-speed manual transmission, and you have something that collectors are definitely going to want in their collection.